Hey guys, Isaac from Springers Solar here. Now today we're going to walk you through one of our Victron off-grid boxes. Now this customer is running a cattle farm and they're running grain feeders currently through their generators, so from 240 power. They wanted to change that to make it more energy independent and a standalone system charged by solar and run off 2 batteries. So let's take a bit of a closer look at it and I'll run you through some of the components. So at the heart of the system, you've got your Victron batteries. We went with Victron because they're of high quality. We can program them to within an inch of their life, basically, as long as it's done correctly. And they've got a really good 5-year warranty on them. So we're really happy with their performance in that aspect as well. 2 12-volt batteries series together to make a 24-volt system, all run and monitored through a Victron Smart Shunt, which will give you a Bluetooth readout of the battery percentage, charge, discharge, and a 30-day rolling history of their performance as well. We've got the shunt connected back to a servo device, which can upload all of that information to the Victron remote portal, which means that the customer can view this system from pretty much anywhere in the world as long as they have internet access. The servo itself does not produce internet. It needs to connect to internet via its internal modem. So the customer is going to have a wireless connection installed in this box as well. So that's how the servo will get its internet. And just here as well, we've left plenty of space for the customer to attach their Wi-Fi dongle or modem, however they're going to supply their internet, and also their grain feeding devices, which will be here. Buzz bars, which they can connect to. They've got plenty of ports on there, and it's a whole 24-volt system, so ready for them to put whatever appliances they're using in there. So for the solar aspect of it, we're going with 2 Trina 440-watt panels. So they're going to be coming through this external gate there, and just into this 150/35 Victron Smart Solar Charge controller. That'll charge the 24-volt battery bank, and it's got a 3-stage charging method: bulk, absorption, and float. So it's perfectly happy to continuously recharge these batteries for the whole span of their life, changing the voltage and current delivery depending on the fullness of the battery to make sure that they get as much longevity as possible out of them. So something else we've put in there which is really worth noting is a DCCDC converter. So this one, as you can see, is 24 volts to 24 volts with a max output of 17 amps. So the reason we've put that in there is that the grain feeders that the customer is going to be running off of this system require a very specific and constant voltage. Now, obviously batteries can vary in voltage depending on their state of charge, if they're being charged, etc. Whereas this DC-DC converter will output a constant voltage at all times, which is best used for sensitive appliances like these grain feeders that are going to be run off this system. So that's really essential to have in there. If you're, a lot of medical supplies need that as well, a constant voltage that's not going up and down. It just depends on what appliances you're running off it if you require that. So another really important aspect of this system is the battery protect. So what that does is, because this system is likely going to sit in isolated places for long periods of time without people necessarily going to check up on it, the battery protect is there to ensure that the Victron batteries don't get discharged beyond what we want them to be. So it'll allow charge to pass through while the batteries are at an adequate level, but then once the batteries go below whatever they've programmed it to be, whether that's 50%, 20%, up to the installer, the battery protect will turn off, meaning that no more current can be pulled from the batteries. And then the supplier will then get a notification that their grain feeding system is offline, and they'll come out to assess why the problem. They'll find the battery protect is turned off, and then they'll know that they either have to check the batteries for a fault there, or potentially it's not getting enough charge from the solar or some other aspect is gone wrong. So also working with the battery protect is the Victron small BMS system. So what that does as well is it monitors the batteries for any imbalance. So if they're charging and one's charging at a faster rate or has more charge than the other, this BMS system can actually switch off the battery protect, so cut all power coming out until both batteries get back to the equilibrium of charge, and then it can open it back up and allow charge to come back out. Similarly, it works if there's an error or an overcharge or an over temperature with one or both of the batteries. The Victron BMS can isolate the whole system so that the rest of the system isn't affected by any error that goes wrong in the batteries. This is only something that an all Victron system can do, so that's important to bear in mind when designing your system. If you want applications like this, they need to be all Victron products working together and programmed all so they're all on the same page working efficiently. All right, guys, that's basically it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any questions or queries about that, just drop them in the comments below. Give us a call or just walk into one of our stores and speak to one of our guys. They'll be more than happy to run you through it. Yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. See ya.